Hello. Greetings. It has been so long since I last live streamed. It feels like 2 weeks ago. Let's get this music going. And then... Alright, let's pick our random Pokemon for today. Hi Jancy, how are you? It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. I didn't live stream last week because I was super busy with work. I'll tell you all about it. It was very, very interesting, very exciting. Something I've never gotten to experience before. We'll get into that after we pick a random Pokemon. So let's see who we're gonna get today. Oh, okay, I already did Vileplume. Ooh, Victreebel. So that's gonna be Bellsprout. And then, oh, is this a three Pokemon evolution? Let me double check. Bellsprout evolves into Weepinbell and then Victreebel. So we're gonna make 3 Pokemon today. That's a lot, but I love a good grass type Pokemon. No Eevee yet. Still no Eevee. It's tricky to get Eevee. But when we do get to that, I'm going to be so excited. I'm going to definitely open up one of my prismatic evolution packs if I get Eevee. Alright, let me find this. Where is my Bellsprout here? So we're going to follow these. Hopefully this won't take too long, but I got lots of time today. Weepinbell, grass type. And then lastly we'll get Victreebel. Victreebel, there we go. Okay, that's pretty cool. Alright, let's start with... Let me get my Bellsprout to... Oh, this one's gonna be so quick. I can already tell. Alright, so... I think... When was the last time I streamed? It was the previous... It was 2 weeks ago, almost, yeah. Because, this past week has been the busiest week of my life. And it's one of the most fun because, as some of you might have heard from my previous live streams, I've been trying to do background work, like being a background performer, which is basically the extras on a TV show. So last Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I was on set for those 3 days, but on 2 different ones. And then Monday, Tuesday, of just this past week, I was doing an outdoor shoot, which was the first time I ever was on an outdoor set, which was also such a cool experience because I've never experienced having to be outside to film something, and especially now that it's colder, it was definitely a very humbling experience. It was so cold, and we had hand warmers and feet warmers that the crew gave us to stick into our costumes. And I'm not allowed to go into too much detail about it because then it will ruin it for the show. We weren't allowed to take any pictures, which sucked because the set looked so cool. But yes, for the surprise, we can't disclose anything on these sets. I can give a general description of what I did. So on Wednesday, I played a different character. It's still a background character. I don't have any lines or anything, but it was considered an SSE. And in the acting world, or in the TV and film world, SSE is basically a special skills extra. So if you are an SSE on set, you're kind of upgraded, because typically when you're doing background work and you're not in the union, in the acting union, all you get paid is minimum wage, which in Ontario, Canada is $17.60. Not bad for just standing around and waiting and just following what the directors want you to do. It's still just minimum wage, though. It's very low compared to people who are in the union for acting. They make like at least $30. So on Wednesday, I got my first ever SSE role, which basically they had to put a bunch of makeup on me so that I looked like a different character. And because I had to have all this special makeup, they kind of upgraded me, which was really cool. And I realized that you make a lot more than normal, because I'm non-union, so non-union people get minimum wage. And yeah, and like pretty much it wasn't any different from the other background. Like I didn't have to really do any special skills. I just had to put on a bunch of makeup, and I put on a wig too. So that was my first time ever doing that. It was really an interesting experience. Once the show comes out, which will be out in a long time, I would love to go into so much detail about that experience. And then last Thursday, I was doing a really big scene where there were at least like 500 other background performers or extras. A lot of them probably had no experience on a film set before, because they just needed as many bodies as they could have gotten. It was for a huge party scene. And yeah, all we had to do was pretend like we were partying. They gave us a bunch of fake drinks. The drinks smelled like they were actually, like I got a glass of beer, but I don't think it was actually beer. It just smelled exactly like beer. And yeah, I just had to pretend like I was partying. I was just dancing on the dance floor, and they played the same EDM song over and over again. And then we just had to pretend like we were partying. But that shoot lasted at least 10 hours, like 10 to 15 hours of pretending like you're partying. Eventually I got super tired. And yeah, that show is, I can't say what it is, but when it comes out, I can't wait to see it. I'd love to show it, and then you can get a better idea of what that day was like. I can go into so much detail once the show comes out, but for now, gotta be totally secretive, and we weren't allowed to take pictures again. I'm sure a lot of people still did, though. You're just not supposed to share them or anything. Yeah, and then Friday I was back to my regular show set, and that one was a pretty chill day. Yeah, I realized I would love to get more roles where I'm a special skills extra, because then you get to have like a different makeup look. You get paid a lot more, which was actually a huge surprise for me, because I would have done it for the same minimum wage pay to have all that makeup and a wig on me. But yeah, learning a lot from this TV and film industry experience that I'm having for this fall season. I did not expect to get so many opportunities to work on a set, but it's been so cool. And this past Monday and Thursday, we were outdoors doing like it It was basically a shoot in what looks like I guess a desert. Yeah, pretty much that's about it. That was about it. We just had to stand there and look around. Okay, Bellsprout. We are gonna get some green. Hi, brown Minecraft panda. Is that Dreamer's new name? Okay, let's see what color matches the best for this. Yeah, after experiencing an outdoor shoot for minimum wage, I would do it again, actually. It was really cool. The best part about working on these sets is that you get so much good food. It's so delicious. Their buffet that they feed you with. It's such a nice bonus to working on these sets. Cause my regular day job, I don't get free lunch. I gotta bring my own lunch. But when you're working on a show, they'll make sure you're well fed. And yeah, they always have a lot of variety with their food too. I also learned from working on these sets that they call these little snacks subs. They call them subs. They'll be like, okay, you guys go get your subs. And at first I thought, oh, like a sandwich, like a Subway sandwich. That's gonna be our little snack for in between the shoots. But actually subs means like a substitute. It's like instead of a full lunch, you get like a little snack before your actual lunch. It's showing your handle instead of your name. I don't know why. It's your birthday today? Oh no, YouTube is drunk again. Yeah. Happy birthday! Oh, well, that's perfect. That's awesome. Today's your birthday. October 24th. Happy birthday, Dreamer. I would sing, but I'm not very good at singing. Happy birthday to you. Oh, that's awesome. Well, do you have any cool plans that you're doing for your birthday? Do you have a cake or anything that you're gonna eat? A frozen chocolate pie. Ooh, that sounds good. I've never had one of those before. That's so sweet. The other day, and you had brownies. Ooh, that sounds really good. I love chocolate. It sounds like you really like chocolate too. The other day, I had a vanilla pistachio cake. And I think that was truly one of the best cakes I've ever had. It was just a slice of cake from this random little town in Ontario called Shelburne, Ontario. I found this really old shop that was like 100 years old, and they had just one slice of delicious pistachio cake that I am craving so much right now. Ooh, that sounds good. When it's your birthday, do you usually celebrate in the morning, afternoon, or evening? For me personally, I always have my cake and dinner. Like I'll have my cake after dinner, so we always celebrate in the evening, even though like in the morning, I guess because in the morning you have school or you have to go to work, so then the evening is the only time you can actually celebrate and like open up all the presents. I feel like it'd be weird for me to just open a present early in the morning. I have to wait till the evening, right before the end of the day. But that's good you had already had your cake and then brownies. Are you gonna go anywhere or like do any fun activity for your birthday? I think for me, my usually my birthdays are pretty uneventful. We just have a cake, sing happy birthday, open presents. That's about it. This year though, my birthday is on Wednesday, so I want to see what I could do. Oh, usually at 1 or 2 p.m., but I open my presents in the morning. Oh, okay, that's cool. So you get to enjoy your presents for the whole day. Yeah, I don't know why my family, we always just do it at nighttime. It's probably because, yeah, usually when our birthdays fell on a weekday, we had to go to school or my parents would have to be at work. But I guess that's a good time for you since you're homeschooled. All right, Bellsprout. This one is so small, but we finished it so quickly in just I feel like in just 15 minutes we finished that. Okay. Very cute. Can you report the name thing? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's up with YouTube, why it changes the name. Yeah, I don't know. YouTube is wonky sometimes. They just change out of nowhere. But I don't know if I don't even know how to reach anyone at YouTube to actually help with that, to be completely honest. Hopefully it will fix itself later. But yeah, right now on for all of your usernames, I just see your ats. It's okay. I know who you are. I wanted to I also want to talk a little bit about what it's like doing hair and makeup on set, because that was the first time I ever really got my hair done or I got my makeup done. It was on these TV show sets, and I realized I'm pretty sure these makeup artists are using the same brushes on everybody, which is kind of gross, but what can you do? I mean, maybe I could bring them my own makeup brushes for them to use, but I don't want to like be like, here, don't use your brushes, use mine. I'm I don't know. I don't mind. It's okay. It's just for one day they use it. It's not like I do it every single day. But the makeup artists, they're all so sweet. They do such a great job with doing a more natural look, because usually for background performers, they don't want you to stand out too much. They want you to have makeup that is more natural and quieter, like not too loud or too expressive, because then they want the main characters to stand out, of course. Yeah, and then but the one day where I was a special skills extra, my makeup was absolutely crazy. It was so jarring, so different. I don't know if you could have even recognized me. And once the show comes out, I really want to see if they even captured me in the background, because the makeup artist worked on my face for like 3 hours, putting on different, like they put on so many layers of makeup, and then they gave me a wig to make me a completely different person. It was crazy. And for hair, the way they did my hair was they would, because my hair's pretty long right now, and they had to really tighten it into braids, and they, because I had to wear a wig for that day, they made it so that none of my natural hair color was showing at all. I don't even know how these hairstylists have been in the industry for so long that it's just so easy for them. But for me, I don't even know how I would be able to make my hair look like that. Normally on this show, my hair is kind of in a bun, like a low bun, which I've never done before. I kind of look like I look like a very scary kind of soldier with a bun, or I look like I could be in the military. I would never be able to do it myself. And then these makeup and hairstylists are also nice. They, whenever I try to chat with them, I like to tell them that I work at a library, so that they know I'm just a regular, normal person. Because some of these background performers, some of them are actually people who are aspiring to be actors, or who love to be on camera, and they like want to be seen. So you'll see lots of different personalities. Some of them seem a little bit like, I feel like a lot of times when you're in this field, in TV and film, you'll meet a lot of people who are a little bit, how do I say this nicely? They're a little bit full of themselves. Like, they're like, look at me. Or like, why aren't they pointing the camera at me? Like, relax, we're just background. But I get it. If they are dreaming of becoming the star of a show, or they want to actually become a principal actor, I'm sure they're very eager to have the cameras point at them. But again, we're supposed to just be the background. We're not supposed to stand out, because the main characters are the ones who are part of the story, and we just have to complement them by walking around and creating that school feeling, because this show is like about a school, so I'm just playing a student. Yeah, some of the people I've met on set, they seem nice, but like, they could be a little, I feel like they could be a little bit mean sometimes, just from what they talk about people and their appearances, which I don't like that. Like, you shouldn't judge people from their appearance, let alone like don't ever say that out loud either. You can, like, if you're gonna judge somebody's appearance, don't just keep it to yourself. I don't know what's up with some of these people. And oh yeah, there are a lot of background performers who I've seen who are like, they are gorgeous beautiful people. Like, they look very good. But are they nice people? I don't know. I haven't gotten to know many of them. I've found some friends on the set who are super nice. They very humble and nice to me. But others, there are a few who I'm a bit afraid of. It feels like high school again too. It feels like some of them are the popular kids who like just completely ignore you when you're walking by. But then you'll find some people who will be like, "Hey, how's it going?" Also, something that I found really funny was there aren't a lot of Asian people on the set, so I can count at least there's at least 5, which is not a lot, but it's at least I'm not the only Asian person there, right? And there's another girl who kind of has the same costume as me, and she gets the same hair done. And the other days, a lot of people kept confusing me for her, and they're like, "Oh, you did a really cool dance the other day," and I'm like, "What? I did?" And they're like, "Yeah, you were killing it." And I said, "I don't think that was me." And then they're like, "Really?" And I was like, "No, I think you got the wrong person." And then another makeup artist was like, "Oh, I did your makeup the other day." And I was like, "I don't think you did. I didn't get makeup done by you." But it's okay. I think because we just have the exact same costume and the exact same hairstyle, that's why they could have easily confused me for another Asian girl. There's also like a set of twins too on this production, so I can't tell them apart. But other than that, yeah, my experience working on a TV set has been really, really fun. I've been so happy to learn more about how TV shows are filmed, how the director organizes everything and gets his assistant directors to help manage the background people. It's pretty cool. And also the hair and wardrobe, there is a whole department of people just working on people's looks, making sure they look the absolute best for the camera. Even though we're in the background, every little detail, they'll make sure that you are looking your absolute best. And then what else do we do? Oh yeah, since it's fall here in Ontario, the fall leaves are looking really gorgeous. We have red, yellow, brown leaves out. I went to a cliff with some of my friends to look at the fall leaves, the colors changing. And that was the same day where I got that delicious pistachio cake. I think I want a pistachio cake for my birthday this year. It's coming up soon, next month. Oh, you saw that? I finally got the lay video out. I want to make it soon. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't finish that earlier. It took me so long. I don't know, I just was procrastinating. But then I had this sudden rush of energy to make it, and then I really wanted the intro to be different. This time I made like a little short in the beginning of that video where Steve is in a forest and he's kind of just searching for a way out of the forest when he stumbles upon some trapped allays in a mushroom kingdom, just like my Minecraft world. But then the pillager, you'll hear a pillager is actually chasing him, and you can stay tuned to see how that story continues. I think that was really fun, actually, to use my Minecraft characters that I made with beads to make a little short film. That's kind of fun. I think I'll do that for more of my intros, just for fun. So I think maybe next time we'll have to start designing the illagers. We'll do the pillager, maybe the vindicator. Like, I don't know how I'll do it, but we'll get those guys. We'll get those guys made. Okay, I need a darker green. Something that's really cool that I would love to try one day is prosthetics. Because on the show, I've seen the makeup artists use prosthetics to make different characters. And actually my character, what they had to do was they put prosthetics, like a little pad, a sticky pad over my eye, so that it looked like I didn't have eyebrows. And that was such a funny feeling. It felt like a sticky skin over my eye. I wish I could show you what I look like, because it looked so, like you couldn't even recognize me. But we'll see once this show comes out. We'll see if I could have been in the shot or in the background. My Halloween costume also finally came in the mail, but I am so disappointed because it turned out way smaller than I expected. Don't you hate when that happens? Like you order something off from online that you think it's gonna fit because the reviews all say that it's gonna fit, and then when you get it, it doesn't fit. It's completely wrong, or it's completely different. I feel like I got a Temu version. It wasn't that good. So I'll just wear it this year once, and then maybe next year I'll just sell it to a child, because it's the right size for a child. I got like a kid's costume. That's okay though. I'm really excited to dress up as a Demon Slayer character. You will see it. You will see it next week when I stream, because I'm gonna wear it to work, and then yeah, Halloween's on a Friday, so you'll get to see my costume next week. Now we'll get the pink out for the Weepinbell lips. Also, you guys will be the first to know that Artkal Beads has a whole new set of mini bead colors. They call it the M series beads. 221 new colors, which I could not believe, because they already have so many mini bead colors. Like, look at the wall behind me. That's 178 mini bead colors. Now they have another 221 colors. And I'm definitely gonna get some. I'm gonna get some, and I will show you guys all these new colors. I need to find more containers though. I don't have any more of those circle containers. So I'll have to see if I can find them online so I can fill up my board again. Yeah, 221 colors. They said that it still works with the regular C mini beads, which is the one I'm using now. So I can combine it with them. We'll see if that's true, if it actually can fuse together well and that you can't tell the difference, but a whole new set of colors. I don't know why they didn't just expand the C series. They just made a whole new M series. And I wonder if they still have like the same, if the black beads would be the same. Those would be the same shade, right? I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited to get them in the mail. And finally, also, they said they would, they said they wanted to send me a pair of tweezers that can make you more quickly place the beads onto the pegboard. So I'm finally getting one of their special tweezers. So huge thank you to artkal for sending that to me eventually. I just have to wait for it in the mail, and then I can't wait to unbox it and show you guys. It'll definitely, you know how I've been saying a lot of times I don't have the right shade. This shade doesn't really work properly, like perfectly for this Pokemon. Well, hopefully with their new beads, I can have more variety to work with, and then I can get the perfect look that I need. Like right now, this Weepinbell, this yellow that I'm using, it works for the shading part, but then the other yellow that will cover up the rest of the body, I don't have the perfect shade for that. So hopefully with their new collection, we'll get more shades that will work better for these Pokemon. Okay, see? There. Now all I have to do is fill it up with yellow, but I don't have a good shade of yellow that works for this. See, like, this yellow is a bit too bright. I needed more kind of a faded yellow. But that's okay. We'll make this work for now. Oh, you usually buy your beads secondhand for a cheaper price. But you might order from artkal one day. Oh, yeah, that would be cool. I mean, if that's good that you can find cheaper ones, or like or take beads off of the hands of people who don't want them anymore. I never knew anybody around my community who was selling unused or like unwanted beads, so I always had to buy them regular price. And then one day artkal just wanted to collaborate, and then I got lots of free beads from them, which I'm super grateful for. I just like a good steal and deal. Yeah, for sure. I never tried buying stuff off of Facebook Marketplace. But sometimes they have some pretty good deals on there. Oh, actually, no, I did buy something off Facebook Marketplace once that was such a good deal. And it was my drum cymbals. My bandmate, when I was in concert band, who played drums, she had a set of drums that she didn't want anymore, and she was selling it for $150. But the only catch was that it didn't have any of the cymbals. It was just the drum. So just the toms, the snare, the bass drum, and the chair. But she kept the cymbals. So I had to look for my own cymbals. And on Facebook Marketplace, I saw this dude selling his just cymbals, which was perfect. He wasn't selling the drums. He was just selling the cymbals. And I was like, that is perfect. I need that. And he was also selling a pedal, which I didn't have for my drums. And then somehow I negotiated with him. I'm like, I'm just trying to learn drums. I'm a student. I graduated, but I was a student of the drums. I wasn't a professional drummer or anything. And then he sold it to me for like $285. So I got a full drum kit for less than $500, which was such a steal, considering drums can be very expensive, like almost $1,000. So I loved getting that. And then I've sold some things on Facebook Marketplace before, but it's always scary because you don't know who you're gonna meet. Another crazy thing that I heard on set is like a lot of people on these background, like in these groups of background performers, a lot of people love talking, they love gossiping, they love information, sharing information. And then they were like, oh, I heard our costumes cost like $6,000 each, or like these shoes that we're wearing that are part of our costume were $600 for a pair. And one of the cool things about these TV productions is that when the show is done, they'll sell a lot of the wardrobe to the public. Even the props, they'll sell the props because, like, once the show's done, they don't have any use for them, right? So might as well sell them and try to get some money back. And I know that this happened for a show called The Boys. Once they were done filming for one of the seasons, they were selling a whole bunch of the wardrobe as well as the props from that season to just anyone in Toronto who wanted to go buy some of the merch that was featured in the show. So I'm hoping if one day the show that I'm on comes out and they're completely done filming and everything, they're wrapped, I hope they can sell us back some of the costumes because they're really comfortable and they're also perfectly fitted to you. So I'm just like, hey, save this costume for me so I can buy it back. I also love the boots. I love the shoes. I just hope they don't sell it for the same price that they got it for. Because then that would be a steal to get $600 boots for a good price. I've also been a bit busy lately with making pottery because I joined a pottery studio for a month just to finish some of my old pieces. And I'm using this new clay called dark granite that looks like stone when you fire it. So I've been working a lot in the studio to get some pieces done. But that'll end next week, so I'll show you guys the pieces I made once they're all fired. other than that, I feel like this past week I was in another world. Like I was traveling because I did so much in so few days. I also have to wake up at these horrible hours. I had to wake up at like 3 a.m. or like 5, 6 a.m. sometimes to get to set. And that's just normal actually for people in this industry. I just got so tired though throughout this week because I'm not used to waking up that early and I had to drive all the way to the studio. But it was all worth it. It was such a cool experience. And I have one more shoot day, I think, next week. And then back to normal schedule. Back to my normal working at a library and not having to wake up at 3 a.m. It's my dream to have something featured in The Nightmare Before Christmas, but most of it is in museums and it's owned by collectors. Oh, yeah, I mean, that must be really hard to get anything from that movie because it came out so long ago. I'm sure that there are people who collect movie props. I'm sure, I think I've seen, who was it? Ed Sheeran. He has a whole collection of things that were from movies. And I think like Selena Gomez, she has her wand when she was on Wizards of Waverly Place. Like, come on, you gotta let her keep the wand, at least. And I think also people like, what's her name? Phoebe from Friends, the actress who played her, she had like the cookie jar that was featured in Friends. Yeah, it's always cool that you can get a souvenir from the show that you were on. It's good memories. But of course, the studios probably they don't want to give that to you. They want to, maybe they'll sell it or auction it. Imagine, I wonder who has the original Jack Skellington, the actual puppet that they used to make that. It was a stop motion animation, right? So they must have used a whole bunch of different puppets to make the movie. Somebody has to have them. But maybe it does belong in a museum so that everyone can see how they made the movie. Pretty sure it's in a museum. Yeah, that makes sense. You also realize how much money these studios have to be paying hundreds of background performers to work on these sets. Because if everyone is being paid minimum wage, well, some of them aren't. Some of them are being paid much higher, like double minimum wage. And every shoot day is at least 10 hours. That's already hundreds of thousands of dollars just on the background performers for one day. And then you have all of the staff, the crew, the gaffers, the lighting, the sound people, you know, the director, and then the actual main cast. That's a lot of money to produce a TV show, one episode. And all of the days that I'm on, it's not like for the full episode. It just takes one day to do, it takes a whole day to do just one short little scene. they still have to film so many other scenes to get a full 20 to 30-minute episode. But I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure how long each episode is for this show. We'll see once it comes out. Do any of you guys watch Twitch streamers? Did you hear about what happened during TwitchCon? TwitchCon is like it's kind of like what's the YouTube version of it? Oh, I forgot what the YouTube version is called. VidCon. VidCon is the YouTube version of. It's like a convention for YouTubers to go meet their fans, and it's just a whole convention about YouTube. And TwitchCon it's the Twitch version. It's for live streamers. Twitch is mainly for live streaming. And apparently, well, I watched her video, but there was a very big Twitch streamer named Emiru who she got assaulted during TwitchCon. Like a person actually went up to her and grabbed her. And I listened to her video yesterday about what happened, and it was just so messed up. Like the security at TwitchCon, they didn't even do anything about it, really. They apparently just gave the guy a 30-day ban from Twitch after what he did, which is so messed up. It seemed like they didn't even care. Because I've been listening to a lot of streamers saying how they don't want to go to these conventions anymore because there's a lot of crazy people who just like they don't know what boundaries are or basic respect. Like, I don't know what's up with people these days. But I heard like Pokemon, Lily Pichu, they were saying how they don't really want to participate in these kind of meet and greets just for the safety aspect, which is totally understandable. And then I heard what happened to Emiru, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it actually happened. Something bad actually happened. And yeah, it's she sounded really distraught after that. She apparently did a live stream right the day after, just before she had to do a show for TwitchCon, which, like, good on her for explaining what happened, but she shouldn't have needed to do that. Like, Twitch should have gave like a better statement. She wasn't supposed to be the one who had to explain it all and like tell people about it. I don't know, it was messed up. I feel really bad for her. That shouldn't have happened. Yeah, but I've never been to one of these conventions before. I wish I could meet some of my favorite YouTubers, but totally understand if they're not comfortable doing that anymore. Or if Twitch could have just upped their security and actually make sure that these creators were safe, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Yeah. Not good, not looking good for Twitch. What happened? Yeah, basically, like, yeah, a very big live streamer. She was in line doing her meet and greet, and this guy who wasn't even lining up to do the meet and greet, he just kind of walked past all of the security, and he just goes up to her and grabs her and then he like tries to make a move on her, which is just so gross, first of all. But if you watch her video, she goes into full detail about what happened and how the TwitchCon organizers responded to it, which was very not it was not a very good professional response. Like their creators should be their number one priority for safety, since there's so many people going there just to visit them, and then for someone to have been able to grab her like that was really messed up. And she pretty much like, she just, when that happened, she screamed, and then her personal security went over to help her, not the actual convention security. Sometimes I feel like a lot of the security guards you see nowadays, they don't actually know how to be a security guard. They just have to stand there to have a presence. But if something actually happened, I don't think they actually know what to do or know how to fight back. Or they're maybe even told not to fight back. But if it's a physical altercation like that, I would want a security guard to just like run over and push them away. Like, that's totally okay. But yeah, I guess, I don't know, I guess they didn't want it to be a big thing. But it was a pretty big thing. You should have made sure that wasn't a thing that could happen in the first place. And what sucks now is that his creator no longer wants to do these meet and greets anymore. This is her last one. And that's totally on the organizers of the convention for not taking care of their creators, making sure they're safe. I would love to go to one of these conventions one day, though. But I don't think a lot, like, especially with TwitchCon, I feel like all of the Twitch streamers that I like watching, I don't think many of them are doing that anymore. Which green would work well for Weepinbell? I'm actually thinking this lime green looks good for... yeah, for this part. Okay, and then for the leaves. This lime green actually looks really good for it, but... okay, I found a better green. Let's do that. This one. Have any of you guys ever been to these conventions for, whether it's like a San Diego Comic Con or like or anime con, anywhere that has a bunch of people, a bunch of fans. We're just trying to enjoy their favorite thing to nerd out on. I've only ever been to Fan Expo, which is another big convention in Toronto that has a lot of like DC, Marvel, Star Wars, just all these things for us nerds to enjoy. I'm struggling so much with finding the right shade of green for this Victreebel. This is why the M beads that artkal has will come in handy, because hopefully they'll have a whole bunch of new shades that can fit with the ones that I need for these Pokemon. 2 eyes that were used in the movie are on eBay for $650, and that's if they're real. Jeez. $650. I mean, wow. That's if you're a really big mega fan of that movie. You'd have to... I feel like that's something that if you did purchase and it finally comes in the mail, you'll be like, wow, I have the 2 eyes from Nightmare Before Christmas. And like, I don't even know where you would put it. And then maybe you'll be like, why did I buy this? $650 is a lot of money for 2 eyes. But if you really, really love that movie, you want to say that you have memorabilia from it, then I guess it's a really cool conversation starter. You'll have to display it in a beautiful glass display. Oh, you know, like one of those, like the ones that you can open like that and then close it. Like you could put it, it's like a kind of arched shape dome. You got to put it in one of those and just display it everywhere to make it worth the $650. And imagine if they're actually fake. That would suck. 2 eyes, wouldn't they be tiny as well? I wonder how they even got that. Yeah, sometimes you gotta be like, how did you even get this? How is this in your possession in the first place? Okay, I'm gonna try this pear looking green. I think that might look good. Yeah, that actually looks kind of cool. Another really cool thing that I did in the past few weeks was I went to a market that was in the library. Like, so the library basically got a whole bunch of small businesses to set up booths all around the library and set up a market, and it was free for all of these businesses to set up. Usually when you go to conventions or when you go to fairs, people have to pay pay the organizers to have a booth set up so that they can sell stuff. But at the library, it was free. It was just a small business market to support small businesses. So of course they made it free. People sold some really cool stuff. They had desserts that were just beautiful macarons. They had stickers that artists made themselves and cookies. It was really cute, and I was super inspired to maybe one day try selling stuff at a market. But I would have to make a bunch of maybe Perler Bead keychains and okay, and this green doesn't really work. I don't think it's working. I'm gonna switch it with I'll switch it with something else. But yeah, I'm super interested in trying to sell some of my Perler Bead things one day at a market. If anybody will buy it, but even if they don't, it's a good way to tell people that this craft exists and that I have a YouTube channel and that you should subscribe. It's free. So maybe one day I'll get to do that. Okay, this green isn't working either. Which green works? Which green looks good? Maybe this one. See, like, this is why we need more shades, which is why artkal has the M series that they're gonna give me some. Oop. Yeah, that looks better, I think. That's okay. Yeah. It's just didn't. We tried with this green. Yeah, super responses, they were acquired directly from an animator who worked on the film. So how did the animator get them? Did the animator steal them? I feel like with so many different props on a set, I'm sure some people somehow can get their hands on some stuff without people noticing. Unless they ask directly and say, hey, can I keep these? And they're like, sure, whatever. Maybe sometimes people don't know that a movie they were working on will become such a cult classic. So then maybe at the time they're like, yeah, you can have it. That's cool though that they somehow were able to get in contact with an animator. And it comes with 2 unused eyes. Wow. Yeah, I guess with these productions, there's a lot of things that they make that never really ends up getting used. Like at the studio for the show that I've been on, I've seen some things just in the corner of the studio where they stack a bunch of props there that I guess they're not using for the scene, or they're done with it for the scene, and then it's just taking up space. They don't have any more use for it. It would be cool. Or like one of the first shows I was on was called Gen V, which already came out. Oh yeah, I didn't even show that one. I think I can show you today. Because that show, the season finale just came out on Wednesday for Gen V. There's 2 seasons. I still haven't seen the last episode, but I was in, I think, the 3rd episode as background. Just a student walking in the back. Yeah, I will show you where you can find me. But it was just like for 3 seconds, which is like nothing. But it was still really cool. It was still really cool to be part of that. And to walk right behind the main character. Yeah, I heard that a lot of actors like to steal props from the movie. I'm pretty sure actors from the Minecraft stole some things. Oh, I mean, oh, if it's the Minecraft movie, I would definitely want to take some stuff back. It's like the swords. The swords looked really cool. Like all the stuff that they used to make the weapons. Oops. I would definitely want the sword or pickaxe. And also like the arcade. That would be really fun to get some memorabilia from the arcade, or just anything to show that you were in Minecraft. Or like Harry Potter, if you were a wizard, you gotta let them keep the wand. Like, come on. You gotta let them have a wand. What are you gonna do with them? I think a wand is really cool. Or a lightsaber. Or any, yeah, if you could keep any sort of weapon, if you're in an action movie or an adventure movie, that would be one of the coolest things. Because then it's actually, it's usable. You can actually use it, and it just looks cool. Because, yeah, who wouldn't want a sword? If I could keep something from the show that I'm on, it would be like my ID badge, because I'm a student, and then you have like you get a badge to show which school you're in. I want to keep that. That's the easiest thing that you could keep. And I heard some extras, they lose the badge while they're on set, and then they just tell the props guys, like, I'm sorry, I lost it. It dropped somewhere. And then somehow they just give them another one. But then I'm like, wait, what if they didn't lose it? What if they just said that they lost it, but they actually kept it? That's possible too. But no, I don't think they would want to do that. That's not good. That won't be good karma. Then they'll never get a role. I feel like, yeah, if you try to steal from a set, you'll get bad luck and you'll never get cast in anything. I think the best way to do it is ask them, hey, what are you going to do with these props once the show's done? Can I purchase it? And if they say, yeah, you can purchase it, then great. That's a fair transaction. Or if they're like, just take it, amazing. What a great gift. But you shouldn't just take something that's not yours. I feel like you'll get bad luck. Bye! Bye, Dreamer. Hope you have a great rest of the birthday. Thank you so much for joining the stream, even though it's your birthday today. Hope you have a great day. See you. Alright, so Victreebel, I just need to finish the lips, and then yeah, we'll be pretty much done. And then I'll open up a pack of Pokemon cards. Okay, let's get let's do the lips first. We'll do my pink beads. Victreebel. Did you see there's a new... Oh yeah, Pokemon Legends ZA, the new game came out. And there is now a Mega Victreebel. That looks so funny. It looks crazy. As well as a Mega Starmie. That looks like Patrick with the heels. You know, Patrick Star from SpongeBob. It's so funny. But this is the original Victreebel. We're not gonna be making the Mega Victreebel. I heard that Pokemon Legends ZA, they have a whole bunch of new Mega Evolutions for the original Kalos region Pokemon, because that was the region that they introduced Mega Evolutions. And Froakie evolves into Greninja eventually. Greninja doesn't have a Mega Evolution until now, as well as Delphox, which evolves from the starter Fennekin, and then there's Chestnut, that comes from Chespin. All of those got Mega Evolutions, so they're gonna look a lot cooler. I just don't understand why Pokemon Legends, the starter Pokemon, are Totodile, Chikorita, and Tepig. It doesn't make sense. Like, why those three? Where did the Tepig come from? What happened to Cyndaquil? You know? I don't know what they were thinking with that. But I played a little bit of it because one of my set friends got the game right when it was released, and he let me try it. And it's so cool. It's like kind of like an open world, almost like you're playing. It's not like the original Pokemon games where you have to where it goes into a battle and the Pokemon are just battling each other. You're battling them like it's Genshin Impact or like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Okay, let's just finish up this Victreebel and then open our pack of Pokemon cards for the day. This will be... Wow. This is my 86th Pokemon. Almost, we're more than halfway there. We're very close. Alright guys, this is Victreebel. And then we have Weepinbell and Bellsprout. Another 3 Pokemon complete. Hooray! Now let me change the counter so don't forget. We're on Pokemon 86. Awesome. Wow, I can't believe we've made so many already. Okay, and now let's move this aside and then we'll open a pack of Pokemon cards. Let's see which ones I have. Alright. Any picks for today? Which one do you think will be our lucky one? We have Obsidian Flame, Twilight Masquerade, Paradox Rift, Temporal Forces, Journey Together, Temporal Forces, Destined Rivals. I have 2 Temporal Forces. Shall we open one of these? I think let's open up one that has a double. Alright. Raikou. Obsidian Flame? Okay. Let's try that then. Oh, Dragonite. Obsidian Flame. Let's see, is this bright enough? Let's get it a little brighter. Nah, it's okay. I always let chat choose, so I'm choosing Obsidian Flames. Let's see if we got anything good. Oh, it feels so nice to open one of these. I haven't opened it in so long. Alright. Code card. Enjoy. One to the front. Okay, wow, a basic energy. We got psychic energy. I think this is the first time I got one on stream. Then we got Shuckle. Bisharp. Evolves from Poniard. Magneton. Oh, very nice art. I like this art style. Timpole. Cute. Brassius, a trainer. He looks kind of scary, like a poison type trainer. Ooh, Magnezone. That's a really cool one. And then got Crabominable. And then oh my god, it's the same card. Look at this. But reverse holo. That's crazy how that happens. It's the exact same card. That's never happened before. Then we got Zigzagoon and Gita. Gita. Trainer. This one doesn't even look like she's from the Pokemon anime. Her eyes look so different. No hits today, but we got a cute Zigzagoon. I quite like Zigzagoon. Normal type. 2 Crabominables though, in one pack. Alright, that's alright. It's still fun making Weepinbell today and getting to chat. Now, let me show you a quick clip. Did I show this last one? Because I don't really remember. I feel like I didn't show anyone. But essentially, the show that I was on is called Gen V. And then okay, let me find the scene that I'm in. If I can get... I filmed this like back in September. Okay. So, here it is. This is the scene. Do you guys know who that is? That's Ethan Slater, who plays like this professor. Ethan Slater was in Wicked and was with Ariana Grande at some point. So this is Homelander, a character from The Boys, which is another TV show. And this is Marie Moreau. And that's that girl walking at the back is me. Yeah, so yeah, that was my 3 seconds on a TV show in the back, just me walking. She's really cool. Her character is like a blood bender. She can manipulate blood, and that's her superpower. There's me. I'm technically I'm a superpower university student, but who knows what my power is. I think my power is I can pixelize anything. Yeah, that'll be my power. But if I did have a power, I would I think I would want to be able to fly. Or maybe manipulate water. Yeah, I'll be a waterbender. But yeah, that's it for today's stream. We did these 3 gorgeous Pokemon. The grass types. No luck with the Pokemon cards today, but that's alright. We got a cute Zigzagoon. Let's just say this one's the cutest one. Alright, thanks so much for checking out the live stream and for beating along with me. It's always fun to continue building my Pokemon collection. And thank you again, GNC, for tuning in and being here, for chatting. Always appreciate you, as well as Dreamer. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week for Halloween. If you are available, I am gonna be dressing up, and then we'll make some more Pokemon. Maybe open some more Pokemon cards, and maybe one more thing since it's a special day. So we'll do that next week. All right, hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.